and talk about a topic that I've been thinking about for a while. Just want to take the time to make a video about it because Jose Ramirez took the first loss of his career in the ring in May of this year. But the manner that the way he took it, the way he took it means a lot. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to, well, I can only speak for myself. But I would think that it means a lot to the community in the way he took the loss, in the way that he did the press conference after, in the way that he didn't make excuses, in the way that he said, the way he answered certain questions. You know, somebody asked him, "What's next for you?" Literally minutes after he got out of the ring, and he said, "You know what? That's not a question for now. Out of respect for me and out of respect for my family, you know, we're gonna refrain from answering that question." Talked to Josh Taylor in the ring. What up, JC? He talked to Josh Taylor in the ring, and he told him, "These belts take a lot of responsibility. If you're gonna be champion, you gotta conduct yourself like a champion." And there was a lot of animosity in that build up to that fight. There was a lot of things said, not necessarily by the fighters, but some of it from the entourages. And maybe Jose got a little bit out of character in terms of the build-up, you know, in terms of saying that I'll do everything to win this fight, even if I have to break my hands. You know, there's only so much you can take as a human when somebody's, you know, threatening you or saying things about your family, or, you know, I don't remember the complete details. Hey, what's up, G Funky? But I just wanted to make a video, like I said, about Jose Ramirez and how he conducted himself. You know, when he lost those 2 belts, he had 2 belts. He was going for greatness. He wanted to be undisputed at 140 with all 4 belts. Bruce goes, what's happening? Salute, my brother. We see a lot of things going on with some other champions. I'm not gonna criticize them. We're all human. All of us are imperfect. But I do want to uplift Jose Ramirez because he's out here back in the gym. He's got a fight scheduled, I think, in the first week in February. And he took his L like he took his win, you know? And that's something that we should applaud. He is a activist in his community. He's from Avenal, which is near Fresno. And he's just like AJ and JC. That's a good comment. Does things for his church, does things for movements that are close to his heart in terms of the water coalition out there, problems that they have with getting water to certain communities. Jose Ramirez is the people's champ. That's right, G Funky. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to take the time. It was on my heart. You know, I went for a long drive today. I had to go to downtown LA to take care of something, and I just said, you know what? I'm always thinking, you know, what am I going to talk about? What's the next video about? Who am I going to film? Who do I want to interview? When I interview somebody, what do I want to ask them? At the end of the day, a loudmouth, the majority of time, takes an L. We all take L's in life, you know? Floyd Mayweather publicly said, I might not have ever taken an L in the ring, but I've taken a lot of L's outside the ring, you know? And that's, you know, we all take, no, this world isn't perfect. It's not made for us to be perfect. But I think he represents his community. And I just wanted to take the time to say that. And I was going to try to stop at RGBA on the way back. But just the time didn't work out. And I know he's in the gym. I've seen him on some of his Instagram, on some people that are close to him. He's already back in the gym there in Riverside. and I want to share a story with you guys because it's just something that I've been thinking about and I've thought about for a long time. And I was at the gym one day, but I had my kids with me, and it's kind of in and out, and I was a little bit. The time wasn't working out, and I was trying to do certain things and try to get certain interviews, and the timing was all off. Any rumor next fight for Ramirez? I think he's scheduled. I don't think the opponent is announced. I think he's back the first week in February, and the rumor is it's in Fresno. I don't have any. I haven't asked anybody, but just that's all from stuff I see online. Um, but I ran into him, and I had my kids with me, and I was a little overwhelmed with trying to do several things at the same time. I was looking at the clock. I had to get back for certain things, and I had already said bye to everybody, and I had the kids in the car, and Jose was leaving the gym, and he actually stopped. He stopped where my truck was at. He stopped, and like he waved. He knew I was with my kids, and it just meant a lot to me. I had my son with me. I had my daughter with me, and I told my son, "Hey, look, there goes a world champion." You know, and it was Jose Ramirez, and he was taking his time just to stop and just wave. He just waved at us, just a simple wave. But it's something that I won't forget, because he is the people's champ. He's of the people, and I took that. That'll always be close to my heart. And when he fought in May, I bought a plane ticket, and that's it. I didn't have a ticket to the fight. I didn't even have a room to stay in. I just took a chance. I believed in his skills. I thought that he had what it took to beat Josh Taylor. Um, and people took care of me. I'm not gonna. I haven't talked to them personally, so I'm not gonna put their names out there. But people took care of me. I had a room to stay in. I flew out Saturday from San Diego. I flew out, I think around noontime, something like that, or my flight left at 11. I was gonna be there all day, and I scheduled the first flight back Sunday. I think it was like 3, 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. I don't remember. I think it was 5 because I had to be there by 3 or 3:30. And I was just gonna sleep. I was just gonna sleep wherever I could, just enough for me to get back to the airport and sleep on the airplane. But I didn't have to do that. Some people that are close to me took care of me. They gave me a couch to stay in a suite, and I also got connected with a ticket to actually go see the fight. Um, so it all worked. Everything worked out in my favor. Um, there were some other things that I wanted to talk about in terms of Jose Ramirez. Um, I'm drawing a blank right now, though. I talked about him speaking after the fight. I talked a little bit about the lead up. I talked about what he did in the ring. Um, he's a very private person. He's not on social media a lot, but I know he has his family. I know he has a young boy, and I know he had a daughter, and I know the scheduling of the fight was around the birth of his daughter and stuff like that. So I just want to take the time to make a video to tell Jose Ramirez, thank you for being who you are, thank you for having the character that you have, not making any excuses, back to the drawing board, shot for greatness, fell short. We're gonna come back in a spectacular fashion. He's surrounded by great people. He's surrounded by his manager Rick Meridian. He's surrounded with trainers like Robert Garcia, Charles Tremblay, Dr. Charles Tremblay, who's his strength and conditioning coach, who is a ex-Olympian. Just has really, really good people around him. He's signed to Top Rank. Uh, and through the process of being in Vegas, his brother looks very close to him. His brother looks his brother has the same facial features, but he's a lot taller. He's I would say like something like 6 inches taller. He stands out in the crowd, and we thought that he was going to come out a certain door when the fight was over. So there was a lot of us waiting in the lobby right there at the Virgin Hotel. I would say at least 100 to 150 people just waiting for him to exit, just so that we could get a chance to talk to him. And, and even though he lost, still to congratulate him and, give him a pat on the back and just tell him that we were proud of him. But he never came out. He never came out. Slowly, the crowd started dwindling, and people started finding their way, and eventually I left too. But it just goes to show you, and I started talking to some of the people, and I asked them where they were from. A lot of them were from Fresno, and it just goes to show you that, all those people came out to support him. All those people from the Central Valley, all those people from Fresno came out all the way to Las Vegas to support the people's champion, like G Funky said, Jose Ramirez. It's back in the gym. I think the fight scheduled for sometime in February. I think the first week in February. Robert said on his Robert Garcia, his trainer, said that him and Mikey are going to try to do a camp together. So the whole month of December, the whole month in January, spar with each other, train with each other, so that they can both come back, both make their comebacks. I'm a big fan of Mikey Garcia. I know he's taking a lot of criticism right now, but Mikey's done some stuff that has blown me away in terms of helping people, in terms of character as well. A lot of stuff goes kind of under the radar, but I don't take that stuff lightly. I'm a big fan of Mikey, and I'll forever be a fan of Mikey because he stood up for something that he knew was right, and he knew his contract was poorly written. He knew that they were trying to, tie him in for pretty much an indefinite amount of time. He stuck to his guns. Luckily his father had advised him early in his career, and he had some income properties, and he was able to live off of that money for the duration of the 2.5 years that he was in court against his employer. And that takes a lot of courage. But it also took a lot of preparation. Without having those income properties and having that flexibility in that income, that would have never been able to happen. If he would have burned all the money that he made and lived paycheck to paycheck, then he wouldn't have had the money to make it those 2.5 years. So I'll always be a Mikey Garcia fan. Why? Because his character told me because he stayed true to himself. He knew he was right, and he bet the house on it, and it ended up granting him his freedom from his employer. He did his first 5 fights with Al Heyman, and then it sounds like he asked Al Heyman if he was able to, work with somebody else. Sounds like Al Heyman gave him the green light, and now he's had 2 fights with Eddie Hearn. So, we've seen rumors. Well, it's not rumors. Adrian Broner saying the same thing. If Al can't get me a fight, then I might have to go see EH. He said it on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter in this last week. I'm a big fan of Broner too. None of us are perfect in this world, Broner's made 40, 50, 100 times more than I'll ever make in my life, at least up to now. He's a world-class athlete. He's not perfect. But you know what? I documented a lot of his last camp because when he had to, he bites down and he does his running and he does his training. Has he reached his full potential? Probably not. We know the truth. We know that in between fights and through stretches in his career, he hasn't been the most disciplined. But that's just life. I'll always be a Broner fan. I'll always be a Mikey fan. But this one, This one is dedicated to Jose Ramirez. To Jose Ramirez, next time I see him, I'm gonna tell him face to face, thank you, because without going through that adversity, we wouldn't have got a true definition of his character, and now we have a true definition of what Jose's about. Had he won, we wouldn't have seen how he takes the L. I didn't want him to lose, but he did. But the way he took his L showed me a lot about him. It made me love him even more. Especially since he's brown, just like me. Just like us. It's pretty much what I wanted to come on here and share. A lot of fights this weekend. A lot of fights. I'm interested. I want to see what's going on with Nonito Donaire. I want to see what's going on with Conor Benn against Chris Algieri. It's a lot of interesting stuff. There's a lot of interesting fights. Katie Taylor is fighting on the undercard against Sharapova. Tons of fights. Sitting out here in Escondido at a Starbucks. Had to take care of some stuff in downtown LA, like I said, and it was just on my mind. And I said, what's my next video going to be about? And I said, you know what? It's going to be about Jose Ramirez. It's going to be about Jose Ramirez. That's what we do. Sometimes we don't complain. We just bite down on the mouthpiece and give it all. That's right. And I'm not doing it because I'm not doing it to criticize anybody. I have my own demons. Everybody has their own demons, But I just want to take this moment to applaud Jose Ramirez for being who he is, and for representing what he is, and for being a member of his community, and representing his community and our people in the way that he does. That's pretty much all I got for today, guys. Help support the channel. Hit the like button if you can. Subscribe if you can. Try to do these lives. I was just able to do lives only about a month or so I'm getting used to it. Getting used to putting my face on the camera. Getting used to having my ideas well thought out so that I can, just flow and have a smooth conversation with people. JC, you're always on here. I appreciate you. And until the next one, God bless everybody.